Hello and welcome to the show. This is Lock.2 and welcome back to another Minecraft survival video. This is episode 135. And in today's episode, I want to build ourselves a mob farm. The reason for that is our mob farm, for creeper, gunpowder, skeleton drops, and zombie drops and all that is nice, but it's not fast enough for us, alright? Because I like to go all out, and it's not all out. So today, we're going to be trying to build an insane mob farm. And I'd like to just expand our original farm, but there's one problem. As you see, we are on block 245 in the height limit, and if you don't know, the maximum height limit in Minecraft is 256 blocks, which if I tried to expand this farm, I would only be able to make it one layer taller, which would not help the efficiency much at all. I want this to be a huge farm, so I think what we're gonna have to do is build a brand new farm. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alrighty, so I have gotten some of the things that I know we need in this farm, and that is gonna be a bunch of hoppers, and then a bunch of cobblestone, and then a couple of repeaters, and a couple of redstone comparators, and then a couple of pistons, as well as a whole bunch of blocks, and also a couple of dispensers, and also some observers, and also some redstone blocks as well. So now we need to work out where we want this farm, and I have thought of it, and I think I know exactly where I want to put this farm. I want to put it in somewhere nearby to the main place, which my main place that I'm at most of the time is right around here, and I cannot think of a better place to put it than somewhere behind this house. The reason for that is because, well, behind this house has absolutely nothing, as you see right here. I don't know, what do you think? What would you do? Would you put it in the ocean, or would you put it on an iceberg, or would you put it somewhere over there, like on that little island? Personally, I think I want it right. I just broke both my ankles. Ouch, help me out here, oh dear. I personally picked this bay to build the mob farm in. The reason why is there is a thing called a mob cap, which means you can only have a certain amount of mobs slash creatures or living things in a certain area. So let's just say you could have 40 zombies in a certain area, or 71 squids, or something along that line. You can only have a certain amount of actual animals in a certain amount of area. Also, those are not the actual mob cap numbers, those are just examples. Now, there is 3 different mob caps, alright? There is a ocean mob cap for, like squids and fish and whatnot. There is gonna be, of course, the hostile mobs, which is gonna be, like a zombie, a squid, a skeleton, a creeper, a spider. And there's, of course, also gonna be the regular friendly mob cap, which is gonna be your sheeps, your cows, your chickens, your anything really in the game that doesn't attack you. So, in this situation, we would be dealing with the mob cap for the hostile creatures. And this biome right here seems to have the least amount of hostile creatures in it. The only hostile creature we get in the ocean is gonna be drowns, and there's not really that many drowns down here, as you see. The reason why is because I don't know, but yeah, there seems to not be that many drowns ever in this ocean. So I think this would be a perfect spot for this farm. And yes, I know there is caves under the ground, but those caves are very far away. They're within, I think, at least 100 blocks from where the spawning pads are going to be, so the caves shouldn't really affect the spawning. But really, most of the caves are filled up with water anyway, because they're under an ocean. So I guess we should just place down some of these shulker boxes and crack on with the farm. Alright, so step 1 to building this farm is to build a platform about 10 to 15 blocks above the water. You don't have to do that, but that's what I want, because I don't want to be ending up in the water. And this platform does not need to be large, but I just want it large enough to where I can do some redstone magic on top of it. Alrighty, so how we're gonna make the mob farm works is basically we're gonna go over and have some water buckets inside of some dispensers, and the dispensers are gonna be powered by some redstone, of course, and it's gonna dispense water, and it's gonna go over and push the mobs off of a platform, and they're gonna go splat around this level, maybe about 5 blocks above here. And how I'm gonna make the redstone work for this is I'm gonna be using a hopper clock here. The hopper clock is gonna work pretty good, I think, for this farm. So, let's watch about 10 tutorials real quickly and see if I can work out how to make one of these things. Hey, you up there. Yeah, you. I see you want to shoot somebody with your bow and arrow because you're on top of the outpost. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Skeleton, but you are not going to shoot anybody because I'm going to shoot you. Yes, just give me a second here. I missed. I said I'm going to shoot you. Yeah, ta-da, just like so. He's going to survive. He was aiming towards nothing, and he died. Rip. Oh dear, alright, let's not do that. By the way, we've gotten the hopper clock thing working over here. Oh, wait, there we go, it moved. See, moving back and forth, I found this on a Waddles video. It seems to be working pretty good. I'm gonna link this in the description below, because it is a pretty good hopper clock indeed, and it doesn't even need a sticky piston, which is a good thing. Either way though, now we need to make a little redstone line coming out from this redstone block, alright, just like so. Alright, and now we need to go over and get ourselves the observer, if I can find the observer. And with the observer, we want to aim it straight looking at the redstone as you see right here, alrighty. And then after that, we want to go over and get some building blocks, you know, it'd be nice to have some building blocks every once in a while, you know. And let's just get up a bit like so, alright. And then we're going to go over and put the dispenser. That's not a dispenser, is it? That is not a dispenser. Where's my pickaxe? I have lost it, okay. And then we're going to go over and put a dispenser on top of here, like so, and then we want to go over and put a little platform up here, alright? And how we're going to put the platform in is we're going to go 7 blocks each direction, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, alright? And then we go 7 blocks this way from the dispenser, and you know what? Let's go 7 blocks this way as well, because we need to. And that's not all, we also want to go 7 blocks this way as well. Alright, and now once we get this plus, we want to go over and fill all of this in, alright? And make a diamond pattern, as you see. And yes, we could use slabs for this, but I don't want to use slabs. If you do use slabs, just make sure it's top half the slab, but I really don't feel like dealing with slabs. They never work for me, so I'm not going to use slabs. Alright, now once you get the platform done, it should look like this. Now you want to go over and get yourself a bucket. If I had a bucket in my inventory, that is. We want to go over and get ourselves a water bucket, and then we want to put the water on top of here and make sure it doesn't go off, which it isn't, as you see. Alright, because we do not want the water to go off on all the edges. And guess what? Locke did another redstone problem. Yeah, you never can trust me with redstone, alright? You never can. Okay, that should work, right? Come on. Please, come on game. There we go. So we're gonna go over and put a spacer in here, alrighty. We're gonna put a block on top of the dispenser, and then we're gonna go over and put the observer down. And then we're going to go over and put the dispenser down on top of the observer like so. And then we're going to go over and build this platform again. And I'm going to do this maybe 15 times. Alright, the mob farm is working a little bit, but I have ran across a small problem. You might be wondering, Locke, what is that problem you've ran across? And that simply is the mob farm is starting to work too good. And I do not want to be trampled by creepers and a bunch of other mobs while building this. So what I'm going to be doing is building the little chamber down here first, before continuing on up there, to stop creepers and skeletons and spiders from landing on me. And I think I'm going to use water streams to go over and make the creepers and whatnot land here and then fall into a hole in the middle. I originally was going to go over and use magma blocks to slowly kill all the mobs, but I have came across a problem. Apparently, witches do not take damage on top of magma blocks once they go over and use their potion, which is bad because I want them to take damage and die. So, that's out of the question. So, instead I'm going to be going for the good old drop method, because, you know, the good old drop method might end up being the best way to go with this. Who knows? We'll find out soon. Alright, at the end of the day, I have gotten the platform done. It's a little bit bigger than the spawning spaces up on top, which is pretty good. Either way, I think we need to make ourselves a little tiny wall, 1 block tall, all the way around this platform. The reason why is because we're going to go over and have water push the mobs into a circle, or into the middle of this platform, and we don't want the water going into the ocean, so this should work pretty well. Alright, we got the water streams done. They were slightly tricky. The reason why is because I was creating infinite sources everywhere by mistake. And no, that's not what you want, because you want the water to actually push the mobs where you want them, which you want the mobs to go that way. Wait, oh, well, that's a problem slightly, isn't it? Water is so confusing in Minecraft. Alright, about 15 million years later, I have figured out how to get the water streams working right, and now you don't have to worry about not being able to make it to the middle, so that's good. Alright, so now we need to make ourselves about a 40 block deep little hole in the ground so the mobs can go over and fall down. And also, I do not want the water in the way, so we're gonna make ourselves a bunch of signs and fix the water issue. Alright, so I've made a nice big old mess here, but it seems to be working, I guess. I don't know, it's not breaking itself. The water ain't coming in here, so as long as I don't break that block right there, I should be good to go. Hello there, Drowned. I see you're doing your job. Well, I don't like your job, Drowned, so I'm gonna do something. There we go, that took care of my problem. Alrighty. This is the last little bit of cobblestone for this cylinder, and it's gonna look quite neat once it's done. I gotta say that indeed, because I've never really built a cylinder looking like this. I've also never really built a mob farm like this either, but besides the point, it's gonna look quite neat when it's done. I must say, sponges are quite neat, though I have to, of course, go over and dry them, which is sad, but you know, that's fine. Alright, the sponges do seem to work pretty good for stuff like this. Alrighty, so I have gotten all of the water cleared out of this big old hole in the ground now, so that's at least a good sign. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Alright, so we have gotten this entire thing done. Now we need to start working on the little storage area. Alright, now we need about 15 million more hoppers, but we will get here eventually. Oh yeah, I'd like to clarify something. It says I'm on today 93 in this world, but that really is not right. I'm probably on the day 7 to 800 at this current time. I am not sure why it's so far off, but I thought I should just point that out. I was wondering why there was mobs spawning down here because it was perfectly bright, and I just realized I have my nice looking bright shaders on. If I turn my shaders right off, well, it's not a shader, but you know, it makes everything look bright. It's pitch black down here. I didn't even realize that till now, so I guess that's why so many mobs are spawning. Alright, so we've gotten it done down here, and we've gotten a little chest set up, and oh, we've apparently gotten ourselves a little bit of skeleton stuff in there already, so that's a good sign. But now we need to get back up to tippity top of here. Alright, oh dear, we need to get back to tippity top of here and get back to building. Alright, the mob farm is not done, but it is working rather decently so far. But it only works at night at this current moment because it's not done. I need to go over and put a big old roof over this. Alrighty, so we have gotten the platforms done, which is a good sign, but that's still not meaning it's all the way done. But it's starting to look pretty neat to say the least. For the roof of this, I'm going to be building it 7 blocks wider and longer than the spawning platforms. The reason why is because it needs to be at least a level 7 brightness on this platforms to make mobs spawn, and I want to ensure it's dark enough. Alrighty, I have gotten the farm done enough. I've made myself a small little AFK area right up here so I can sit here and watch the mobs fall down and watch the farm work. I need to light this little bit up over here. The reason why is because zombies and creepers and whatnot were spawning here instead of in the farm, so I want to make sure they don't spawn here. But the farm is working pretty decently to say the least. And down here we've gotten all the rotten flesh and whatnot, and yeah, this farm is working amazingly actually. Either way though, let's do a 1 hour AFK and see what we can get out of this farm. So we're just gonna sit right here, boom. So this is about a 35-ish block drop, but there's one problem. The zombies can spawn with feather falling on them. I did not know that, and due to that, they don't die when they fall down. But it's giving me gunpowder out the yazoo, and I haven't even been here for an hour. I've been here more like 7 minutes. I was gonna create a special way down here, but I don't think I am going to. The reason for that is this is already good enough, because we've gotten such a big hole here anyway. Oh, there goes a bunch more mobs down there. Woohoo! Alrighty. All we've done today is make a mob farm, so I think it's time to mix it up a bit and try to do something else. So what we're gonna have to do now is try to get ourselves a storage system working. The reason why is because we never have set up a storage system in this world. Alright, we have the iceberg house over there, which you cannot see, and it has a bunch of chests in it, though they are not organized in the slightest. So it is pretty much impossible to find anything if you want to find something. Now, this house is quite big, alright? We have a floor down there, alright? Then we have a floor over there, and a floor up there, and also a floor there, and also another floor over there. But I never have to go down here, alright? The reason why is because nothing in this house is down here in this room. So what I think I'm gonna do with this room is I'm gonna go over and make myself a humongous staircase going under the house, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice basement. So I guess we should probably hollow all of this out 3 blocks tall, as wide as I can possibly widen and hollow this out. So let's get that going. There is a lot of stuff to clear out, so I built a beacon in the basement. Yeah, this is a humongous hole. That's the biggest hole I've ever built. At least for a beacon to work. Yeah. Let's just ignore the weirdness and let's just get the haste 2 working like that. And there we go, haste 2. Alrighty, it's been some time and I've gotten this a little bit more dug out. It is not even near as dug out as I want this to get dug out. I want this to be at least 4 blocks tall and as wide as this beacon range. And basically, the entire bottom part of this mountain is a basement. It's gonna be humongous, but it's gonna be good to have. This creeper spawned in the weirdest spot. I'm not sure why it spawned in here, but yeah, it spawned in a very weird spot. There is nothing above here, it just spawned there. Weird. It's been one IRL day and we are still sitting here digging, but we are getting somewhere indeed, alright? It's not the best looking place, but I think we can touch this place up and make it look nice. Alrighty, I would say I did a rather decent job on all of this basement work, though I have run out of time for this episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. In this episode, we've managed to build ourselves a very bad looking basement. It's got a lot more work to be done, don't get me wrong. I would say the basement does look pretty good. You know, we've gotten our chests over there of what we've been working. Oh yeah, also I have dug the floor out if you didn't notice. Yeah, the floor has been dug out, but yeah, we got a bunch of cobblestone in here. It looks quite neat to say the least, and all the other random blocks. But yeah, next episode we're gonna have to go over and make this look pretty because it is incredibly ugly right now, and I would like to change that. And we have also managed to go over and build ourselves a humongous mob farm that seems to be working rather decently to say the least. Hopefully in the next episode I can get the basement done and also maybe make this like an glass. That's the thing where you put a big bunch of glass around this, whatever it's called. I'm gonna go over and put glass around this to make it look neat. That'll be in the next episode, but for now, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and you know, if you do want to see more of these videos, I do recommend subscribing. It's free, and helps the channel out a bit. Also, if you want to share this video with your friends, don't be afraid to. Feel free to share the video with your friends. It always helps the video out indeed. Either way though, this is a lot of loot. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. This is a spider and I am out of here. Goodbye everybody. See you next time. Also, a special thank you to our channel members, RIP, Mr. D, Just Mesky, Mr. D. I had to hide their names, they were bad names. And also Avanox, Just Favors, Asin, Pro Gaming, Master Comrade, and Ren Schultz. Thank you for being a channel member, and see you on the next video.